Besides being my mother, Catalina Roman, a wonderful woman, pastor, and missionary, dedicates her time to help people in need throughout Latin America, like our friend Steve. In similar circumstances, she has brought joy, hope, and love to those she meets without knowing them well or knowing them at all. Like Mother Teresa once said, we cannot do great things on this earth, only small things with great love. My mom holds different activities in church, uses them to cover expenses for gifts we provide, activities such as yard sales. But where does my mom come from? Haiti, my sister, will share her childhood and why it plays an essential part of who she is.
Well, basically my mom comes from a poor background where she grew up with her mom, with a single mom and 6 children. She basically didn't have a father, and she was the 3rd child, so she had to basically work, do many things to help her family and to provide. That's one of the reasons why I guess she became so generous, because she always had to be care for her family and for people around her, and she had to be a provider as well. So I think that's one of the reasons that made her now remember her roots and where she comes from, and the need that is in other countries and places. She lived that time, that moment, so she remembers.
In fact, she does remember and has traveled to 13 different countries to help the less fortunate throughout Latin America. How does she get there? 13 years ago, my parents started pastoring a church. When the organization De Corazón a Corazón kicked off on the year 2000, she changed her priorities. She left her job to work as a missionary full-time. She has never asked for nothing back. My mother finds personal satisfaction when she knows that she has helped that one child that was once her.
She puts in a lot of time and effort towards the activities to help the church, to help people and kids in Latin America. That's a foundation our church has. She puts in a lot of enthusiasm into everything, and it's always up in the mood, like with a good mood on it. She helps out everybody. She gives free haircuts. Whenever she goes on her trips, it's from her own pocket. She doesn't take any from our church to make up for that money. It's just a lot of, like, I guess she just feels it in her heart, and that's just the kind of person she is.
Since my mom was young, she had a dream. She wanted to be a cosmetologist. When she turned 45, her dream finally became true. Besides her age, she went back to school. She reduced 1 year of traveling, so that when she returned, she could provide this basic need that some villages lack. Like in this scene, my mother was giving Teresa her very first haircut.
She's generous because she's given from when she doesn't have, or she hasn't had enough to give. She's pulled out from wherever she could to give to people, and I think that's why she's a generous person. Overall, generosity is giving from the bottom of your heart and giving even with stuff that you don't have. So I think that's why she's been a generous person, and she's proven to be generous with all kinds of people everywhere she goes. From a place where if someone doesn't have to buy a burger, she'll spot them a burger, or let them borrow $1,000 for a crucial need.
She goes and helps people that are poor and need her. She's funny, she's kind to everybody, and she makes great food.
Just like in other countries, back at home she shows children tenderness and valuable moral lessons that they can carry on for their entire life.
She passes out clothes like girls, little kids, and baby stuff.
One's her family. She hasn't put her family at risk, us in at risk, but she's sacrificed time with us to help others. Also, her own body. She's risked a lot of time done restful things, gone to different countries, risk security with my dad.
A ayudar a la gente que necesita, a llevarles ropa, útiles escolares y más que todo llevarles unas palabras de amor, de consuelo, de paz, de alegría.
Sometimes we forget that it's not about us, it's about helping others, about giving a hand in any way. Our accomplishments should not be seen as things that we have or do, but things that we do to change other people's lives for the best. Selfishness is not a good thing, and being comfortable is not enough. My mom reaches out and gives an example for all.